Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Line 90. Line 55. Let's go, let's go.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
That's the way. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Fair.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, taking it about the 16. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Go. Sit on the line out. Black. You got tight. You got tight right there. 49. Check 49.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Mike, 49. Watch the screen. Pass. Hey, we're good. 49. 49's the Mike. 49's the Mike. Coming to you. Gun. Hold.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag. There offensively, several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. Hey, 0, 0, 0.
Now Wilson.
You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing.
Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
You got work.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. If you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
14, Friday. Shift. Look for signals.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered. And then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the 1st. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they come up now 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check pass.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity, and we finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the 2nd, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Hey, wahoo!
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here we go, here we go. Gun! You got 300. You got motion man right there. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
I'll go special. I'll go special.
This time Wilson will throw. And avoids the contact by sliding. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Get your swerve on. Good tight.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the 1st half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 to make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Watch QB drop.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, touchdown number 18 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
You don't want no problems with me.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Rabbit. Gun.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Alert.
Third and long, it's Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the shotgun, Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Stay with your man. Run left. 54's Mike. Check. 54. He don't know no better. Mike's 5'4", Mike. Mike's 5'4".
Here's Wilson to throw.
Here we go.
And this is caught at the 8. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
Check.
To throw again is Wilson. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Bring it up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the 39, Cousins. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Cook running right. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers. On second down, Cook.
Go, run.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, exit. Mike's 49. Hey, yo. Hey, Ken. Got to run. 49's the Mike. Watch. Bravo. Army.
Play fake. Cousins. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Drop deep.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
To throw, Cousins. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
49's the Mike. 49's the Mike. They got ready.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Hey, team six. Man, I got you. 49. Listen to me. 49.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're going to come up empty here on fourth down. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December,
giving.
right? It is a season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check. Alert. Check. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Run left. Right.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
That's right. Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
I'll go special.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking deep downfield. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Now Cook. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Hey, Haywood. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Gun. I'm coming. 49. 49's a Mike. 49's a Mike. Gun. Watch the run. What's that?
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Flush to his right. Lets it fly for Thielen. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 23. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. It gets intercepted.
Check 26.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run again with Carson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Showing it. Showing it. Good job right there. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Here we go. Here we go.
Now Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike, 54. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off.
Now a toss play. It's Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, 0, 0, 0. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. One left. Time to go. Night. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. I got him. Peek in. One left.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. And it's 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note of the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, 27 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass, hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach, everywhere, seeing that play, focus. Notch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
49.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will get him one closer. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Gun.
From the gun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just 1 fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, my 7. 49, guys. Mike. Hey, yo. Hey, defense, let's go. Save.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
You must be getting tired of it.
Here's Carson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over.
Right there. 54, Mike. Here I come!
On 1st down, Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the Seahawks, it's a cause for celebration, their first win of the year after 11 straight defeats.